So we have a game called Haste, and in this video we're going to be doing a review of the game. We're going to be discussing whether I think it's worth buying or not. And this is a bit of a weird one because I follow SteamDB very closely and I'm constantly checking whether new games are coming out. This one was absolutely nowhere to be seen for me, and then on the 31st of March it just popped up. This game's coming out tomorrow. So I grabbed it. And I basically liked the look of it. It piqued my interest because I've always enjoyed fast-paced games, even if they're frustrating. I love procedurally generated worlds, and I'd say it's kind of a roguelike, this game, because you can get things from the shop that are going to benefit your run, but then if you fail, you are going to basically be sent back to the beginning. You start all over again, and you don't have those items. So I'd say it's at least got roguelike features in the game. But Haste is a very, very enjoyable game. This game looks good, the soundtrack's cool, the art style is really nice to look at. It's nice, vibrant, colourful. If there was anything I noticed wrong with this game, it was every now and then as I was landing, there were little bits of lag spikes. The performance dipped a tiny bit. It wasn't a major problem at all. And what happens with this is you basically start off, there's a little bit of a story and everything. You get a tutorial which teaches you about your fast falling for your landing. And it's basically just a fast-paced run from the beginning, get to the portal at the end, progress through the shard it's known as, the world you're in, and then take down the boss at the end. So you start off after the tutorial, you go into your first run, and once you've completed the first section, made it to the first portal, you are then shown this, I'm going to say shard map. And basically what it lets you do is plan your run. So you don't have to make the run go all the way to the end boss at the very beginning. But it's got sort of little sections that divert off the main path. You can take these mystery locations. You can take shops. There's even challenge arenas and stuff. I was taken into this lava world. I had to find the portal in I think it's 55 seconds or a minute or something. So you complete the first area. You go through the portal. You choose your route on the map. I like choosing just to go straight for the end boss and just to see if I can make it. And then what happens is you will go through these runs, you will try and get these sparks, which are these little currency things that you pick up, and they're normally placed the start of the spark sort of trail is normally at the beginning of a jump, and then you have to follow that all the way to the end, try and get as many sparks as possible, and by the time you reach the portal, you're going to be given a grade. I think it goes from E to A. E, when you're doing awful, you don't get any bonus sparks. And then when you get up to A, you get, I'm going to say a little over 100 bonus sparks for that level, that area. And then you're going through, you're doing your challenges and things like that. And then you go to the shop. At the shop, you can spend the sparks that you've collected on different items that are going to benefit you in that run. So for an example, you might get on a close call, you get 1% of your health back. You might get something that gives you extra maximum health. You might get something that gives you 3 HP back on a perfect landing. So you use your sparks and then you go through the portal, you continue that run. And your goal is to try and get the best landings possible. If you hit things, say for an example, you hit a jump, you bang into a tree, you're going to lose health. You get 2 lives and then your run has failed. And that's all the way up to the boss. If the boss, say you get to the boss with 2 lives, the boss kills you twice, you have to start at the very beginning again and make it all the way back to the boss through different routes and stuff each time. And sometimes you might have a run that's basically got this, I'm going to say this really dangerous sort of terrain that follows you. I don't know how to explain it. But you'd have this, the terrain changes, it goes all sort of weird and it deals damage to you. It ticks your health away. So you need to try and be as quick as you can to get away from it. And that is the entire goal of the game. The landings you need to try and nail because you've got to get from the start to the finish as quick as you possibly can, even when that terrain stuff isn't following you. You need to avoid hitting things like trees, there may be some little buildings and stuff. As I said, if you hit those, you're going to lose health. But then also, if you get an okay landing, you are going to lose speed. If you get a good landing, you're going to keep roughly the same speed. If you get perfect, you're going to go a little bit faster. And you go faster up to a cap. You can't break the game and go 10,000 kilometers an hour or something crazy. But what they do help you out with is if you are going a little bit slow, you get this, I'm going to say a surfboard. And by getting good landings, you build up the meter to use that surfboard. and then using that is going to give you a little speed boost. What I really enjoy using the surfboard for is when I hit a jump going for sparks, if I'm a little bit too low, I'll just press my left trigger, pop that surfboard, it gives me a little bit of height just so that I can reach the sparks. And then if I'm a little bit too high, I'm going to use the fast fall so that I can try and get level with the sparks and then also get a good landing at the end of the jump. And that's exactly what you do in Haste. It's a very, very fun game. As I said, fast-paced. It's got the roguelike element sort of thing where you've got you lose all of your items and power-ups from the shop and stuff on your next run. You've got a couple of lives and you need to make it to the end and take the boss down. This game is not going to set you back too much. I think it's got a launch discount, but it's like £13.50 or something like that. So probably about $16 or something on Steam. And to answer the question, is it worth buying Haste? I'm going to say yes. I've had a lot of fun with this game. Games like these are some of my favourites. I love the fast-paced, I like the elements to it. I love the roguelike genre, so I really enjoy going to the shop, spending my sparks, and then losing them all to have to go earn them all again and get different things roll in the shop every time. So yeah, if this game interests you at all, I would say it's definitely worth buying. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it.